Welcome back to the channel. It's day 2 of light season, and we have gotten our new banner trailer last night, and I have quite a few opinions on it, so let's start. First, my salty opinion. The Ashen Wolves have gotten in before Felix has. Now, I know that his Christmas version is out. Believe me, I'm very aware. But I want a sword Felix. I want a base Felix, like either time skip or not time skip, whatever. I want Felix. Like, I'm so annoyed that Felix hasn't gotten in yet. It's driving me nuts. He's like one of my favorite characters in all the 3 houses, and I don't like seeing him in a Santa outfit. I don't like seeing my edgy boys in a Santa outfit, like him and Jafar essentially. And I have a feeling that we're gonna get Duo Ike for Christmas because we got Radiant Dawn last year for Christmas, and I'm nervous because I really don't like Christmas. So if that happens, I'm not going to be too happy, but I'm sure other people will love it. Now to actually talk about the banner itself, the banner is interesting. I feel that Muspell being on it was a little weird because I assumed that like 3 houses can handle themselves, right? They don't need a powerful OC to kind of sell the banner. So that's kind of weird. Yuri is the star of the banner for me. I think he's by far the best unit on the banner. I don't think it's even close, to be honest. His weapon essentially gives him his special up if it's a 2-turn special immediately, which is amazing. But the real thing is that he stole Brave Alm's cool niche already. Like, he has 30 movement like a cavalry unit, but he's a ranged dagger as well. So that's insane. But then to add on top of that, he gets Canto, right? So it's already like, wow, oh my gosh, he can go in, hit and run pretty much. He can go in and smack someone, then Canto out. But to make it even more amazing, he gets Foul Play, which is a new assist skill we get, which has 3 range, and it lets him swap. Like, the amount of plays this thing is going to make is going to be insane. Like, I don't think it's going to, like, change Ether Raid's meta, per se, but we're going to see some very cool plays coming out of this. Like, almost Layla-esque plays. It's a little bit different, because Layla could snipe something and then swap automatically, which allowed for some different plays. Well, he can't do that, right? He can swap with a unit, but then he can only move around. He can't like actually kill anything. But this can help either to help with hit and run. So you can see like things like Leaf go in, like Duo Leaf or Harmonic Leaf or Legendary Leaf or whatever. Go in and snipe something and then back out with Canto or with Nuran Zeal, and then you can swap them out. So it can help with hit and run, but it can also help just letting some of the slower like armored units engage. So you can like swap somebody in, engage, and while doing that, if you put Disarm Trap on him, you pretty much can disarm 2 traps, which is just bonkers good. That is so ridiculously good. You can go in, swap, get rid of a trap, and then Canto out, get another trap out. And what this will let you do is let you engage with units who normally couldn't, right? Because a lot of times you want to smite in a unit, but then a lightning trap could be stopping you, right? Because if you trigger that lightning trap, even if you smite it, technically you don't lose your action, right? But you do massive damage to that character. So in some situations that's good, obviously, like for Wings of Mercy magnets. But for a tank or something, if you want to snipe in your tank, then it's not that great. But with Yuri, you can swap in your tank instead of smiting them in, and while doing so, you could protect them from the trap while also removing another trap. So I think he's going to be easily the best unit on this banner. I don't know if he's like going to be meta defining by any means, but he's definitely going to be the coolest and most unique. And to me, that's like, those are the best units, right? The units that stay around for the longest time are usually the ones that are unique or just ridiculously strong. Like, I guess Reinhardt's unique and strong, and that's why he's existed since the beginning of the game pretty much. Okay, let's move on to the next unit, Constance. Constance is pretty much like 2021 duo Byleth for me, right? She has the half of NFU, which is going to let her run Wind Sweep. She's a red flyer. She's going to smack people pretty hard. She gets attack and speed. I do like how they did make the cool mechanic where she can essentially switch the benefit she's getting based off the turns, because it does a very good job of representing her like switch in personality during 3 Houses DLC, where like when she's in the light, she's one way, and when she's in the darkness, she's a different way. So I think that's pretty cool, like thematically. I don't know how strong it is actually as a weapon effect though. I think it's like kind of okay. I feel like you'd rather always have like neutralizes foes bonuses to speed and res more than you want to neutralize your own penalty attack and speed. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's decent. I mean, it's not bad, but I don't know. I feel like she's pretty much just gonna be new fuel Byleth. So I don't think she's that like, she's good, but she's not amazing, right? She's not gonna be like that meta defining. She does have a very strong stat line though. Then we have Hapi. Hapi is my favorite from the DLC. I love how she looks. I like her kind of bleak personality a bit. And she comes with a Beast and Dragon Effectiveness Tome, which is not great for me because I love Beast, so seeing more Beast effectiveness is always a bit scary. But I do think that she's not as strong as she seems. She essentially gets Time Pulse, and as a cavalry unit that is not accessible, so that's a cool little niche. And she has special cooldown built into her weapon, so she can essentially have an instant Glimmer, Moonbow, Ruptured Sky. So she's going to do pretty well, but then against Fallen Edelgard, I don't know if that's even enough, to be honest, because with the damage reduction, even with an instant Ruptured Sky and effectiveness, I'm not sure if that's enough to kill her, which is kind of insane to say, but I guess that kind of shows you how powerful she really is. So we'll have to do some testing, I guess, when that's available. I could technically crunch the numbers now, but I'm not gonna, that's a little too much work for me. And then last we have Muspell. I'm not a big fan of Muspell. I like his sprite. I like his sprite a lot. I think his sprite and his attack animation are amazing and so cool. But as a unit, I don't really care for him. I don't like his art that much either. He looks like an edgy DeviantArt villain, I guess. Even his voice is like way higher than I thought it would be. I thought he'd be more like a deep voiced villain, but he's not. His weapon is meh in my opinion. It's essentially like attack, it's +5 to all stats, and then you get Fatal Smoke, but the Fatal Smoke always triggers. It's not just on, like, you can't kill him and the Fatal Smoke won't go off. It always goes off no matter what. So, I think Flash is just way better than Fatal Smoke, to be honest. Flash is like game ending, while Fatal Smoke is a nuisance. It can definitely be problematic against units I like Ike, obviously, but I don't think it's that powerful. And then he also comes with ARD Defense Res 4. Cool, not a big deal. And then he gets his preference C skill, Domain of Flame. This is the skill where I'm not exactly how sure, like how powerful this is, because essentially what it does is it's a drive that gives attack and defense +4, and then true damage. But the true damage is based off the unit's attack versus the foe's resistance, right? So you have to have higher attack than their resistance, not too hard to pull off usually. And then the true damage is based off 30% of the difference. So I'm not sure exactly how strong this is going to be. You're definitely going to want to probably run him in Astra season, where there's less resistance buffing, right? It's only a Shara there instead of Air and Dagger, who are both very common. So I'm not sure how strong that is going to be. I'm going to have to like pretty much test it and see how it is, or watch somebody else test it. Honestly, I don't think he's that great. And the reason for that is his color. He's a Red Cavalry Dragon. And the problem with that is very simple. The Red Cavalry is super meta right now. And so that means he has some very stiff competition, and I don't think he's better than any of his competition. I think Legendary Sigurd's way better, Legendary Lalena's way better, Duo Lif is way better, Duo Dancer Sigurd is definitely going to show up, you know what I mean? Like, he's a dancer, so he's not the same role, but even so, you don't want that much red on your team, right? Because if you have that much red on your team, then someone just comes in with Brave Hector and just kind of destroys you because he can live through everything. You definitely want to mix your colors up. So I feel Niffle is just better because she's blue. So it lets you run all those red threats, but then Niffle could be there as well as a blue threat. Overall, I just feel he doesn't match up to his competition. And because of that, I don't see a real reason to run him. And I definitely wouldn't Spark for him, probably. I think I'd Spark for Yuri. Unless I pulled Yuri. Like, if I pulled everybody else, then I might take him as a Spark. But other than that, I probably wouldn't. We also have 2 free units. We have Balthus coming in. He's going directly to the 3 and 4 star pool, and we're also getting a free 5-star version of him. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has a preference weapon. He looks like he has Instant Axe, which is super disappointing because I was really hoping he would bring in Gauntlets. I was hoping that would do as well, but that didn't happen. And I don't know if they're ever going to bring in Gauntlets, to be honest, but it's just disappointing. I really wish he would have got a preference weapon as well. Even if it was like a not amazing preference weapon, just him having something would have been nice, because I like Balthus a lot. I think he's a really cool character. And then for our GHB, we have Alfric. I don't really give a single crap about him, to be honest. I think he's very, very boring as a character, and I expect him to be a very boring unit. I expect him to be a red tome with like high attack, high resistance, like every other red tome, and just bore me to death. So I'm not looking forward to him in the slightest. The only thing good about him is he's probably infantry, which means I can get infantry flowers, which is, you know, I'll take that anytime I can. So, okay, we are done with the banner overview. We are going to jump right in, and we have a defense we have to watch today because the strategy they use is so unique and cool. Like, I actually want to talk about it. So let's jump in. We've been going long enough. Let's see what we're up against today. See if we can have Fallen Ike actually win. To be honest about that match, that was completely my fault. I made several mistakes on that match. Okay. This looks like a team where they don't care what happens in the slightest. Okay, here we go. Should be easy. I just have to get the pots, which could be a slightly annoying, but shouldn't be that bad.
Yes.
Break that, break that. Oh, I did that the wrong way. That's fine.
It will be done.
Ready. Good dream.
Certainly. If you say so.
Okay. There's no way he attacks, right? No. So I can smite him up.
You choose.
Do that. This. Take out the bolt tower. Okay, that was real.
Maybe
Take out the bolt tower again.
Pleasant dreams.
So big and strong.
That shouldn't be a problem. He does have an instant Draconic Aura. Do I care?
Right, boss?
Not really. Okay, I have Azura turned off. They do get some healing back, but not that much.
What now?
Death's caress. Good morning.
Do
Good
that.
dreams are born.
I should be fully buffed up and you should be getting hit by all the debuffs.
Certainly. So big and strong.
That's not real. We can do that, and then we can reposition to get that one. And Hector should live. Okay. Big 0 damage there. I wonder how good Fallen Tiki will be once she gets her refined. There goes Ares. He no longer has a special, thanks to Pulse Smoke, which means he's easy kill. Doomadoon 1x2, no big deal. This is what I like to see. Fall Knight just destroying people. Feels good. I think Azura is doing the most damage just because she's blue.
Destroy it all.
And then lastly, Aversa. Aversa's refined should be coming actually, like, I think by the end of the year. Or like early next year. And I'm really excited for that one because I feel like she's going to be amazing.
Got him. Care to play?
You choose.
Maybe this way. Pleasant dreams.
All the pots are gathered. Ike's all danced up.
Yes.
Ike's going to just take out Hector here. Easy.
Destroy it all.
There we go. Easy match. Okay, so let's show our defense results. So defense results were a bit rough. We got smacked pretty hard here for -36. Not too big of a deal there. And then a -0 and then a success later on, of course, because that's how it always is. The one that's actually interesting and we're going to watch is this not one right here, because this is actually like extremely cool. So let's go over their team. So they have a duo Peony. They have duo Lin, they have a normal Peony, they have duo Sheeta, they have a level 1 Bernadetta. Okay, interesting, right? And then we have Dagger. So the interesting thing here is that Sheeta is running Reciprocal Aid. And so what this lets her do is lower her HP so that she can go to Wings of Mercy range. And the reason why Bernadetta is level 1 is because she's at 26 HP after her weapon effect, which is just enough to get her into Wings of Mercy range. So check this out. So she's gonna go up. See what? Okay, that went a little too fast.
Good dreams are born.
So what happened is Bernadetta moved up and broke this. Sheeta came up, Reciprocal aided her so that she's in 50% range, Cantoed up, right up into the spot, and then had Peony Dancer. So now she's in perfect range to kill Hector with her effectiveness against him. So she just takes out Hector one hit, right? She can't double, but she doesn't need to. It then moves her in,
I've got my eye out.
and then it moves her into Hector's place, leaving room for Wings of Mercy to come in. So then duo Peony comes in, takes out their Dancer, right? And then what it does now is it has room for Lin to come in. So Lin comes in, she takes out the duo unit. And so right here, what they're going to do essentially is they're going to use the duo abilities, because Sheeta's and duo Peonies give more actions. So there's one, right? Goes on Peony, then she activates hers, gives it back to Sheeta. So now she's got 2 more actions. Then they can dance, right? She goes in.
Careful in the water.
takes out Not. Easy kill on Not, jeez. Then she moves again, uses the 2 ability on
Dreams are
Lynn.
born.
This is like actually insane how many actions they get. Takes
You're
out
the best.
Legendary Sigurd like it's nothing. Whack, dead. And then now Reinhardt is dead to Lynn. And then Dagger comes in, right? So the only thing bad about this was that Dagger, because of the lunge, she moved up, so Dagger couldn't move right here to block. So technically, right now, Nana gets a free shot on anybody she wants, and you'll see how well that goes. So Nana is 1 attack off from killing Peony. If she had 1 more attack, Peony was dead. So I think I really need to put ARD attack and speed on her, because she would just be a dead Peony. Not that it mattered, because I was already in live lost active mode, but just getting that 1 kill would have been nice. And then they're just going to finish it. There's not much else to see here, right? But that was insane. I didn't even think of this. Like, I think Phoenix Master was talking about using like reciprocal aids or art sacrifices to help your to help your Gale Force teams. And I think that's like actually a legit strategy. Like, it's something I hadn't thought about before. It makes me kind of uncomfortable to not have positional skills on my units. I'm not going to lie, but I think it might be worth doing. I don't know how. I'd have to look at the HPs, right? Because you have to really figure out how you can use the HPs effectively. But yeah, I think there's definitely some cool strategies we pulled off with HP manipulation, and like really not relying on lightning traps or initiating to get into Wings of Mercy range will make your Gale Force strats way more consistent. So I have to look into that and try to see if I can start to implement some of that on my own team. Okay, that's going to be Ether Raids for today. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see all of you tomorrow for more Ether Raids. If I do end up pulling, I think it comes out tomorrow at midnight, I will make a video, but if I'm not so sure about it just yet. See you guys then. Bye.